to take care of regarding our public hearing coming up. But first, we're going to get to the presentation portion of our meeting for August 13th, 2024. We have one resolution tonight, and it is P 31724. This is a resolution adjourning the July 2024 legislative meeting in memory of Opal Marciano. And this is a presentation by legislator Brian Stahl and anybody else who would like to join us. And I would like to invite Opal's daughter Amy up. Gloria Fonda, from what I understand, is here, and Mayor Stammel. So please feel free to come up front. And anybody else who'd like to join us up front.
Good evening. Whereas it is customary for this legislative body to pay honor and respect to persons who have had a great impact and influence on the citizens of the county during their time on this earth. And whereas attendant to such duty and fully in accord with its long-standing tradition, the Rensselaer County Legislature mourns the passing of Opal Marciano, a cherished pillar of the community and a beacon of kindness. And whereas Opal's journey through life was defined by unwavering dedication to her family, her work, and her commitment to service, evident in her tireless efforts that touched the lives of many in the community she loved. And whereas Opal was born and raised in Bath County, Virginia, to the late Virgie Martin Ryder, Farouk and Clarence C.C. Ryder. And whereas after high school, Opal moved to New York City, where she met and married her husband, Frank. And whereas Opal had an electric professional career, starting with her beauty salon on 2nd Ave in Manhattan, where she was stylist to many of the Broadway actresses. With these contacts, she enjoyed attending many Broadway plays and musicals. And whereas after over a decade of owning the salon, Opal left the glitz and glamour of the Manhattan nightlife and numerous after parties thrown by the Broadway stars to become a stay-at-home mother to her daughters. And whereas once her daughters were attending primary school, Opal attended night school to become a physical education teacher in the parochial school, Blessed Virgin Mary Help of Christian School in Woodside, New York. She served as the PE teacher until her husband retired and the family moved to their summer home in the Catskill Mountains. And whereas after leaving her teaching position, Opal continued her education and became a LPN. And whereas Opal enjoyed traveling to Europe and spending the winters with Frank in Spain and Portugal, escaping the long, cold, snowy months of upstate New York, she enjoyed gardening, cooking, and always said, anyone can cook as long as they can read a recipe. And whereas Opal enjoyed the outdoors and could hit a $50 on the side of a barn with a rifle 100 yards away, Opal kept this $50 as proof of her sharpshooting skills. And whereas Opal was very active in the Rensselaer City Senior Center and took great pride in her accomplishments, serving over 20 years as president and also serving on many committees. Through her contacts at the Senior Center, Opal became involved in local politics, volunteering to campaign and help local officials become elected to public office. And whereas at the age of 92, Opal gave up her independence and moved with her daughter Amy and husband Tim in Point Verde Beach, Florida, where she remained until her death. And whereas Opal was active for several years in the St. Augustine Senior Center in Florida as a lifelong pessimist, she spent many hours critiquing the program, food and staff, always comparing it to her beloved Rensselaer Senior Center, which she truly missed. And whereas Opal is survived by her brother Eddie, her daughters Amy, Francesca, and Eugenia, stepdaughter Connie, her grandchildren Anna, Chad, Maria, Zachary, Emila, and Michael, her great-grandchildren Jacob, Mackenzie, Sienna, Isabel, and Layla. In addition to her family, she is survived by many friends who have become like family, which she made in the Rensselaer Senior Center. Gloria Fonda, Kim Val, and her new friends, Marianne and Bill from St. Augustine Senior Center in Florida. Opal was preceded by her loving husband, Frank, sister Thelma, and grandson, Robert. Now therefore be it resolved that the Rensselaer County Legislature does hereby adjourn this meeting in memory of Opal Marciano, who led life to the fullest till the age of 97, and extends this deepest condolences to her family, fully confident that her contributions to her community will live to serve as a legacy to all. And be it further resolved that the clerk of the legislature is hereby directed to transmit a copy of this resolution suitably engrossed to the family of Opal Marciano. I would like to say that Opal was like a second mother. She was just such a kind-hearted person. She cared so much about everything in the city of Rensselaer. And I can only say that I wish I could have a life about maybe 1/10 of what her life was. Having 3 full careers of living and then volunteering in senior centers for probably more time than most of us do in our entire lifetime, and many combined together. She was just an amazing, outstanding, very kind-hearted person. And I think, and Gloria, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but she also was Rensselaer Senior Center of the Year, right?
She was Lifetime Achievement Awardee.
Yes. So, I mean, there's some more that was left out of this we could have added. She was just an amazing person. Any?
Oh, gosh, my mother would have loved this. She loved being in the spotlight, and she really believed in what she did for the Republican Party and the Senior Center. When I came here to get her papers together for her burial, I just couldn't imagine how many awards she had. I thought I just put a few out during her memorial service. She had over 25, and I couldn't find a place for all of them. And she took great pride in everything she did, and it was a true dedication to this party and everybody that she met in Rensselaer, and she truly loved living here. And I know I had to drag her out when it was time for her to come and live with me, and it was every year she would say, am I going back yet? Am I going back yet? And unfortunately, she was never able to come back, a lot due to COVID, but also she was deteriorating. But I really appreciate you recognizing her for this, and I wish that this was given to her when she was alive, because she really did feel that she did a lot for this area. And I thank you so much. Thank you.
Opal was unbelievable. She loved Spain so much that she talked us into going. 32 seniors went to Spain for 25 days. And we know why she loved it so much. She was unbelievable. When I was out on I had a heart job done, and she said to the people that were working in the office, I've been observing you for a few days, as she sat in my chair. She says, we need to talk. So everything had to be right and so welcoming. When you walked in that door, there was her smile, and she made you feel right at home. And you knew that she loved the people that she worked with as a volunteer. We had an unbelievable group of people, and many of them were also Lifetime Achievement Awardees because of their commitment to doing volunteer work. So she's definitely missed and thought of very often. It's a wonderful night tonight. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
All right, it's always a pleasure to be back here in front of the legislature, in front of all my friends, that's for sure. I just want to say a few things about Opal because I was so close to her as well, both here on the legislature, being a legislator myself, and the great support that this legislator and county gives to the senior centers on a annual basis. And we all know they really don't have to. They do it because they know there's a need. And this is something that gives the seniors an opportunity to live on and something to look forward to. So I definitely encourage that the legislature, as well as the municipalities, the towns, the villages, the city throughout this county, do all they can to support their seniors whenever they get the opportunity and be present once in a while. They're really happy to see if you get a chance to drop in. I know I got a great relationship with the seniors in Rensselaer. I miss that right now because we're building a new center. And it's not going to be in Rensselaer, but it'll be close enough to the city line that we'll be able to share it. And I don't know what Opal would think about it, but I know she would have something positive to say. And well, I know she'd have something to say. That's for sure. I can only tell you, I loved Opal. She was a great woman. She's just thinking of the life that she had and the tributes that was just given to her. And she was honored many times, and she was given an opportunity to appreciate what people thought about her on a regular basis. And and I hear in the resolution here that she was born in the Bath. Well, it's funny how some things turn around and come back home one way or another, because the city of Rensselaer is the city of 3 villages, and it was the village of Greenbush, the East Albany, and the Bath that made the city of Rensselaer. So it was good that somehow or other it came home to her, and she appreciated that. And I know after she had left, I would call her every once in a while and talk to her, and she was still as sharp as a tack every time I had an opportunity to talk to her. So she was a lovely woman, and I can't say enough again about supporting our seniors here in Rensselaer County, and let them know your care. And we're doing great things. Yous are doing great things in Rensselaer County as a whole, and for our seniors. And I encourage that to happen with both, like I said, our towns, our villages, and the cities in the city of Rensselaer too. Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak. I appreciate it very much, and it's great to be home for a couple of minutes. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
She really loved the lab, that's for sure.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Mike and Gloria, and especially our condolences to Amy. It's interesting listening to sounds like such a glamorous life as she was younger. And then all the wonderful work and volunteerism that she did for the city of Rensselaer and our seniors is just amazing. And our hearts go out to you, and thank you so much for allowing us to honor her here tonight. So thank you all for coming. Okay. So now we're going to move into our public hearing. Would the clerk please read the notice?
I'll do the attendance, and then Kenny's going to ask for the notice.
Okay. Legislature, please call it to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Mr. Bailey? Here. Mr. Cassell? Mr. Choquette? Mr. Fiacco?
Here.
Mr. Fleming?
Here.
Mr. Genrin?
Here.
Mr. Grant?
Present.
Mr. Grimm?
Here.
Mr. Harrington?
Present.
Ms. Kennedy? Mr. Leverage?
Here.
Mr. Maloney?
Here.
Ms. Nichols? Mr. Patiri?
Here.
Mr. Stahl?
Here.
Ms. Weaver?
Here.
Mr. Wysocki?
Here.
Mr. Zaluski?
Here.
Chairwoman Hoffman?
Here.
There are 17 present and 2 absent.
Mr. Harrington?
Mr. Chairwoman, I move that the legislature resolve itself into a committee of the whole for the purpose of conducting a public hearing.
Hearing no objections, I hereby appoint legislator Ken Harrington, Chairman of the Agricultural Committee, to conduct this public hearing.
Thank you, Ms. Chairwoman. The clerk will read the notice of public hearing and enter the affidavits of publication into the record.
Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held in the Rensselaer County Legislature in the Legislative Chambers, 99 Troy Road, East Greenbush, New York, on the 13th day of August 2024 at 5:30 PM to consider the recommendations of the County Planning Department and Agriculture and Farmland Protection Board in any proposed modifications of the districts. Agricultural District Number 3, which includes towns of Hoosick and Pittstown, and Agricultural District Number 4, which includes the town of Hoosick within the county of Rensselaer, and were established on June 8th, 1975. Descriptions and maps of the districts with proposed modifications may be examined during the business hours of the office of the Rensselaer County Planning Department, 333 Broadway, Suite 222, Troy, New York, 12180. It is the joint recommendation of the County Planning Department and the Agriculture and Farmland Protection Board that agricultural Districts 3 and 4 be continued, subject to the proposed modifications for a period of 8 years.
This public hearing on agricultural districts number 3 and number 4 is now open. The rules of the chair are as follows. First, anyone wishing to speak at this public hearing must sign in at the desk at the entrance to the legislative chambers. When you are called upon to speak, please move to the microphone and state your name and address. Are there any questions? At this time, is there anyone wishing to speak about these? At this time, is there anyone wishing to speak about these? At this time, is there anyone wishing to speak about these? I have to do this 3 times, they tell me. Then, is there anyone else desiring to speak on the proposal? Hearing none, and inasmuch as all persons present were given the opportunity to speak, and no one else desires to speak, I adjourn this public hearing to Tuesday, September 10th at 5:45. I request the clerk to post the appropriate notices.
Mr. Chair, may I just for the record do the clarification?
Okay?
On why you're adjourning
Okay,
instead of closing?
I could do that. Go ahead.
Under New York State Ag and Markets Law, Section 303B, the notice for this public hearing has to be published, given to the commissioner, and also sent in writing to the towns that are involved. Usually it's sent to the town clerk.
Correct.
We can verify 2 of the 3 things, but we can't verify that the writing went to the towns.
Right.
Therefore, what was just moved by the acting chair, and I believe has concurrence from the other committee members, just for the record, you both agree, is that a notice will be sent to the towns of the adjourned or continued date, just in case they want to file anything or appear to make comment on the proposed modifications to the ag districts in question. That's why you're not doing the normal closure of the public hearing at this time. Is there any questions from the legislative body? Hearing none, thank you, Mr. Acting Chair.
Hearing none, this public hearing is now adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Get all my goodies here. Okay, moving on. The August 13th, 2024 regular meeting of the Rensselaer County Legislature is now called to order at 6:19 PM. The clerk Can confirm the roll call. which really
Attendance
hasn't
remains at
changed.
17, 2 absent.
Thank you. Invocation, Mr. Grant.
Lord, thank you for bringing us together today in a spirit of generosity. May we honor one another by keeping an open mind. May we voice our truth and listen with an open heart. Amen.
Amen. Pledge of Allegiance, Mr. Grimm.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Harrington.
Chairwoman, I move that we dispense with the reading of the minutes of the regular meeting of July 9th, 2024, and approve the minutes as printed.
I'll second it.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Presentation of petitions,
On file?
presentation of
On
communications,
file?
reports of commissions,
On file?
departmental reports,
On file?
reports of standing committees,
On file?
local laws.
There are none tonight.
Okay. G, 31824.
G 31824, resolution authorizing the conveyance of certain real property to the former owners listed below who paid tax arrears in full prior to scheduling of auction, Bureau of Finance, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 31924.
G 31924, resolution adopting post-issuance tax compliance procedures, Bureau of Finance, introduced by legislators Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 32024.
G 32024, resolution authorizing purchase of one new 12-passenger van, Unified Family Services Veterans, introduced by legislators Harrington, Casal, and Nichols.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 32124.
G 32124, resolution authorizing the purchase of portable radios and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 32224.
G 32224, resolution authorizing an agreement with Treatment Innovations for professional training, mental health, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 32324.
G 32324, resolution authorizing an agreement with Invitel Telepsychiatry LLC for telehealth nurse practitioner services, Department of Mental Health, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 32424.
G 32424, resolution authorizing the creation of a new position titled Community Prevention Specialist 1 and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Mental Health, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 32524.
G 32524, resolution authorizing the purchase of an aluminum box culvert, Highway Department, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 32624.
G 32624, resolution authorizing an amended agreement with Unity House of Troy, Inc. for supported housing services and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Mental Health, introduced by legislators Grant, Leverage, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
16 ayes, 1 abstention, Mrs. Nichols.
So moved. G, 32724.
G 32724, resolution authorizing the purchase of highway equipment, Highway Department, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 32824.
G 32824, resolution authorizing the purchase of highway equipment, Highway Department, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 32924.
G 32924, resolution authorizing an agreement with Squad 9 LLC for training and consulting services, Bureau of Public Safety, introduced by legislators Leverage, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 33024.
G 33024, resolution authorizing an agreement with Greenman Peterson, Inc. for engineering design services for reconstruction of County Route 36 Park Avenue Bridge over Little Hoosick River, Town of Berlin Highway Department, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 33124.
G 33124, resolution authorizing the acceptance of a grant award from the New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Department of Probation, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, and Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 33224.
G 33224, resolution authorizing the purchase of one transport van and necessary equipment and accessories, Office of the Rensselaer County Sheriff, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So move. G, 33324.
G 33324, resolution amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, District Attorney, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Maloney.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 33424.
G 33424, resolution authorizing the purchase of tires and related services, Auto Maintenance Department, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 33524.
G 33524, resolution authorizing the purchase of one new wheelchair accessible van, Unified Family Services, Department of Aging, introduced by legislators Choquette, Fiaco, and Fleming.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 33624.
G 33624, resolution authorizing the conveyance of a part-time human resource specialist position to full-time and amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Bureau of Human Resources, introduced by legislators Wysocki, Batarian, and Zaluski.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 33724.
G 33724, resolution authorizing the purchase of polling place ballots and primary and general elections from Phoenix Graphics Board of Elections, introduced by legislators Lovett, Grant, Weaver, Bailey, Hoffman, and Grimm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G, 33824.
G 33824, resolution amending the 2024 Rensselaer County Adopted Budget, Rensselaer County Legislature, introduced by legislators Wysocki, Patiri, and Zaluski.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P, 33924.
P 33924, resolution appointing a member to the Rensselaer County Emergency Radio Communications Committee, introduced by legislators Grant, Maloney, and Weaver.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P, 34024.
P 34024, resolution establishing time and place for a public hearing on a schedule of sewer rents or of any schedule of amended sewer rents, Rensselaer County Sewer District Number 1, introduced by legislators Harrington, Bailey, and Fleming.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P, 34124.
P 34124, resolution commending Ted's Fish Fry upon the occasion of their 75th anniversary, introduced by legislators Harrington, Casal, Maloney, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P, 34224.
P 34224, resolution commending Michael Post upon the occasion of his retirement from the East Greenbush Community Library Board of Trustees, introduced by legislators Grant, Hoffman, Bailey, Fiaco, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P, 34324.
P 34324, resolution commending the Young Actors Guild upon the occasion of their 35th anniversary, introduced by legislators Kennedy, Casal, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P, 34424.
P 34424, resolution recognizing September 17th through the 23rd, 2024 as United States Constitution Week in Rensselaer County, introduced by legislators Hoffman and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P, 34524.
P 34524, resolution recognizing the 2024 Van Rensselaer Award recipients, introduced by legislators Graham, Nichols, Fleming, Weaver, and Zaluski.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P, 34624.
P 34624, resolution declaring the month of September 2024 in Rensselaer County as a month of remembrance, introduced by legislators Hoffman and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 34724.
P 34724, resolution recognizing September 2024 as National Preparedness Month, introduced by legislators Hoffman and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 34824.
P 34824, resolution recognizing September as Childhood Cancer Awareness Month and Rensselaer County Goes Gold Month, introduced by legislators Grant and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 34924.
P 34924, resolution recognizing August 31st, 2024 as International Overdose Awareness Day, introduced by legislators Stahl, Generin, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 35024.
P 35024, resolution recognizing September 2024 as National Recovery Month in Rensselaer County, introduced by Stahl, Generin, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. P 35124.
P 35124, resolution turning Rensselaer County teal in recognition of Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month, introduced by legislators Grant, Hoffman, Leverage, and the entire legislative body.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. G 35224.
G 35224, resolution authorizing the purchase of 4 new passenger vans, Unified Family Services, Department of Aging, introduced by Chairwoman Hoffman.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
17 ayes.
So moved. Legislator privilege? Mr. Maloney?
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? Second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Have a safe evening. Thanks, everybody.
Bob, do you have a minute?